So, Bismillah Rahman Rahim. So, our today's topic is purchasing a pharmaceutical. So, in a hospital, there's so many things are fall under the definition of pharmaceuticals, not drugs, but other things are also to purchase. In a hospital, you have to purchase drug, medicine, surgicals, disposable, laboratory kits, equipments, medical gases. There's so many things are to purchase in a big hospital. So these are all having, how you have to going to purchase these things. So we'll discuss about this. So what the definition of procurement, if you go through the definition, it says that it's an act of obtaining, buying goods and services from external source. Means you have to purchase these things from outside. You have to purchase from this city, from other sources, which ensure that buyer receives goods, services at the best possible price. So this is a definite procurement. What is it? You have to obtain, you have to buy something from outside, from the outside your premises, from outside wherever, market, wherever to go. So that is known as a procurement. Again, I'm going to repeat the words. Act of obtaining, buying goods and services from external sources, which ensure that buyers receives goods, services at the best possible price. So this is the one definition of procurement. Then again, we go for further definition of that. Procurement is defined as the process of acquiring supplies through purchases from the manufacturers, their agents like distributors, or from private or public supplier. So manufacturer has to produce their products, then there are their authorized agents, then they go through the distributors, then they go for private or public suppliers. So the manufacturer sometimes can sell his products direct to the consumer, or sometimes they through a middleman. Now, purchasing medicine starts with the framing of buying policies and ends with receiving, stocking, and it's not an easy job of purchasing of medicine. So first, you have to frames various rules, various policies. According to that, you have to purchase the medicines. Third thing is that it involves the application of special skills and knowledge from both the professional and legal viewpoint. So all the legal cover has to be covered when we are going to purchase. So all the documentation has to be prepared before going to purchase drug, medicine, or whatever required in a hospital. What is it? You can see in this picture that what they are simply that daily of use, initial selection, what type of going to selection, then they're going for quantification, then they procure, then after procurement, they have to storage of that drugs, medicine, then go for distribution of these drugs. Now, what's the objective? Why you are going to procure? The reason, the cause of the objective of procurement is that primary purpose says satisfy the customer need, as I discussed before you that what it is satisfy the customer needs and further pay the right price, save time, avoid overlooking vital steps in the process, minimize the risk of making a costly mistake. So what you have to purchase? Best thing on a good price. Then how many types of purchasing is there? Personal purchasing, as you have discussed with that, personal purchasing, then mercantile purchasing, third, institutionalized or government purchasing. Personal purchasing in here, you can say that you are, as I told you, there are various classes of hospitals or pharmacies. A person who owns his own pharmacy, he can purchase whatever he wants according to his requirement. Mercantile purchasing will go for that purchases for personal use, then they fall into this category. Second, mercantile purchasing. This type of purchasing is done for resale and facilitated by middlemen. So mostly the wholesaler, the authorized agent, they have to purchase from the manufacturers and then they have to sell to various pharmacies or hospitals. Institutionalized or government purchasing. It's very important over here that Under this group, government agencies, institutions who buy for public utilities, they form an important group of purchasers because they purchase it in bulk. And government institutions, hospitals, they purchase it in bulk. Now, the method of how you procure. Generally, we can discuss that direct purchase from the manufacturer of their regional center. So you can direct go to the manufacturer side and then you can purchase from that. Or direct purchase from wholesaler and stockist. You can purchase from wholesaler and stockist, purchase from direct jobbers. Sometimes the people who have to place their racks, may have seen in where general stores, the drugs are placed in the racks, and then they purchase according to whatever that's sold, that the shopkeeper has to pay according to that. Purchase through bids. Now, in private hospitals or in government hospitals, the purchase can be through open tenders, restricted tenders, quotation invitation. So these are various definitions of various purchases. This in big hospitals, they may purchase accordingly, or big institutions, wherever they have to procure something, they do like that. Open tenders, restricted tenders, quotation invitations. The fifth one is purchase through competitive negotiation. So you can call the different sellers and negotiate the rates. Purchasing through competitive negotiation. Six is purchase through contract. Now sometimes you have to call the various tenders, and then you have to come in contract with. There may be fixed quantity contract, running contract, rate contract. Now sometimes you have to purchase the lump sum quantity, make so 1 million, whatever you have to fix, then you have to purchase, that is a fixed quantity contract. Running contracts, whatever you are going to give the demand, and then you have to purchase. Suppose you need 100 capsules, you send a contract, and then you have to purchase according to that. That's a running contract. Rate contract, sometimes they fix the rate of some goods, some drugs over there, and then according to that we have to purchase. Local purchase. If in case of emergency, what you have to do, you have to go for local purchase. You fix some seller and you have to purchase according to that. You have fixed a rate with that seller or pharmacy, whatever, from our wholesaler. So that's a local purchase. In case of emergency, you have to purchase local purchase card. It's in-house manufacture of medicine in the hospital. Sometimes, as I told you, in certain hospitals, they can manufacture their own medicines. So that can be, then we have to send to the hospital, manufacture and supply to the hospital over there. As told, this was definitely running contract means contract for the supply of an approximate quantity of items at a specific price during a certain period. Rate contracts means that agreement for supply of goods, materials between owner and vendor for a fixed period of time. Then procurement chain. First, you can say identify what you want to go to purchase. You identify the requirement, then write a specific what type of, what thing you going to purchase. Then choose a procurement method. As I've told you, I've given you various methods. According to which method you are going to purchase, among these 8 methods, you are going to purchase through which method. Choose a procurement method. Then prepare solicited document, legal documents, bid preparation, whatever you need, prepare solicitation documents according to documents, because everything has to be recorded, everything has to be done. So then we have to prepare the document, then call the tenders, see, clarify and close offers. So sometimes you have to call, as I told you, various tenders, you have to call that for that and close and offers. You receive the offers, then evaluate the offers. Which type of offer is acceptable to you? What are the rates acceptable to you? Then award the contract. Then you award the contract, and according to that, then after award the contract, sometimes you can negotiate the contract. Sometimes because you are going to purchase according to your need and according to your price, so you have to negotiate the contract, then manage the contracts, then sign the contract, then evaluate the procurement, then you have to receive, then you have to evaluate the procurement and purchase according to that. Is it clear over there, I think? Then we go for further quantifying drug requirements. How you quantify, how to assess, how to measure how much quantity you are going to purchase. For that, prepare an action plan for quantification using centralized or decentralized quantification, using manual or computerized method of quantification, estimating the time required, developing the drug list, estimating total procurement cost. So what in first? Preparing an action plan for how you are going to prepare quantification through the various committees, various requirements you can obtain from various department, because when you are going to purchase different type of goods, suppose drug medicine, you need a different quantification for lab reagents, for disposables. So every item have a different quantification. So first we have to prepare its quantification. Then whether it has used centralized or decentralized, whether that main the, there may be some head office and they have their branches. So it is purchased through head office or through various branches. So you centralize or decentralize. Means centralized means main head office has to purchase, or decentralized means that local office can purchase. In our government assembly, there is a centralized purchased. The central government health department purchase directly, and then they have to allow the concerned hospitals that they can purchase according to that rates. Using manual or computerized method of quantification, whatever you can do that. Estimating time period, how much time is required for such procurement. Developing the drug list, what type of formulary is to be prepared. Estimating total procurement cost, how much that these goods cost. So sometimes what we do, procurement limited to formulary list. So just you have to procure among that formulary list. Order quantities based on reliable estimate of actual needs. So then you order for that quantities, reliable payment and good finance management, transparency and return procedures, product quality assurance, regular reporting on procurement performance you have to do for a good pharmaceutical procurement practices. System, purchasing system, a method used by organization to buy products and services. A purchase system manages the entire acquisition process from requisition to purchase orders to product receipt to payment. Purchasing systems are a key component of effective inventory management in that they monitor existing stock and help companies determine what to buy, how much to buy, and when to buy. So you have to adopt a purchasing system according to which method you are going to purchase. So what difference between procurement and purchasing? Procurement is the overall function that describes the activities and processes to acquire goods and services. The total procedure, as I told you, given you last previous slides, that total function of purchasing is known as a procurement. And distinct from purchasing, procurement involves the activities involved in establishing fundamental requirements, sourcing activities such as market research and vendor evaluation, and negotiation of contracts. It can also include the purchasing activities required to order and receive goods. That whole procedure is known as procurement. Purchasing refers to the process of ordering and receiving goods and services. It is subset of the wider procurement process. So in purchasing, yes, when that tender process has been finalized, then they are going to order for purchasing of drugs and things. So both are, their purchasing is a subset of that procurement method. Now, function of purchasing. What the formulating effective buying policies, determining the demand and desires of the patrons, source of supply, determining the terms of purchases, receiving, marking and stocking merchandise, transferring the title of the goods. Formulating effective buying policies. There are two considerations in formulating buying policies. One is that Buying policies should be compatible with the general objective of pharmacy, which in turn are determined by the type of pharmacy and location. So there may be pharmaceutical center, there may be traditional pharmacy, there are super drug stores. So location, if the pharmacy is located in an area where there are few targeted customers, then its buying policy will vary. So it depends upon the where the pharmacy is situated. If a simple community pharmacy, so it depends upon the so it's a simple small pharmacy. So they have purchased according to the need of that area. What type of patients are there? What type of drugs are prescribed by the doctor over there? Then traditional pharmacy. Similarly, there's the pharmaceutical center over there. So they have to formulate according to the need of that pharmacies over there. It's a primarily determined by prescriber's preference. So wherever sometimes the doctor has to prescribe in that area. So it also fixed over the prescriber's preference. Whatever they going to prescribe, the pharmacy of that area has to purchase accordingly. The buying policy should reflect basic change of the demographic factors. What type of people's living over there? Older people are more, they need different type of drugs. Younger families are there, they need different type of drugs. So according to the need of that people, they are going to purchase. They are going to stock the drug and medicines over there. Term of purchase. So when someone is going to purchase, there are different type of discounts are offered. Trade discount, quantity discount, cash discount, serial discounts. So what's a trade discount? It's given to a firm for performing a level of set of marketing. So when there is a pharmacy, mostly there is a trade price. So that trade price may be 15% less than that one of, there is a retail price and there is a trade price. Retail price on which they are going to sell in a pharmacy. Trade price, the pharmacy purchase on that price. So mostly the difference between is 15 to 20% for the trade price. So wholesaler has to sell or that distributor sell to the pharmacy. They give a trade discount that may be sometimes 50%, sometimes 20%. But then sometimes they give pharmacy to 30 to 50% discount. They are going to sell that drugs from manufacturer or from wholesaler to a pharmacy. Then suppose I'm going to tell example, company A sells 100 tablets at retail price of ₹1,000. Trade for company is 15% and trade discount wholesaler is 5%. So that means that manufacturers selling 20% to that one wholesaler, then wholesaler pass on more 15% to a pharmacy of that trade discount. Then quantity discount. What happens then? Sometimes if you are going to smaller quantity, the rate price will be different. Sometimes you are going to purchase more quantity. Just suppose in thousands and in millions, that is a quantity discount. If you are going to purchase more drugs, the discount will be more. If you are going to purchase less, the discount will be less. So that is known as quantity discount. Sometimes you are going to purchase in number in millions. The quantity rate will be different. In case you are purchasing smaller number of goods, that rate will be, price will be different. So that is known as quantity discount. The pharmacy is a trade discount of 15% from 1,000 product and obtain 850. Then he separately deduct quality discount 5% from previous. So sometime if he has taken more quantity, he may receive more discounts. Cash discount. So sometimes you are going to purchase on cash, they can further give a discount over there and given to buyer for payment within a certain period of time. The discount normally 1 to 2% of the, so they can give more discount when you're going to purchasing on cash purchasing. A buyer will get 2% discount if he pays within 10 days. After 10 days, no discount will be there. So you have aware of that. Sometimes you're going to purchase, the price will be different. Sometimes you are payment, delayed payment, the price will be different. Serial discount. Steep discount typically maintains a series of all discounts, trade discounts, cash discounts. So each discount is calculated and then multiplied by the net amount of products retail price. So this all the discount has to be calculated is done by multiple steps over there. So that is a serial discount. Now what receiving, marketing and stocking goods. Receiving the orders material at the right time is most important for an organization because when you need some drugs at the right time, that is more important. Invoices received from suppliers are checked and verified with order specification. Now, whatever the material is received, it has to follow according to invoices. Invoice should be checked for the appropriate quality and quantity of the merchandise. So whenever you receive some stock, so invoice has to be compared with the quantities and qualities are demanded over there. After check, goods should be marked properly and include the cost code, the source, the date, and quantity. Nowadays, you have to put marked properly cost codes, the source, the date, and because you have to use uh, that one scanner for selling over there. So you have to put cost code, source, whatever you place over that one on that product. 100 of cost codes among them. So you have to put some cost codes also. Nowadays, there is, selling is computerized. So you have to apply some scanner so you can have such type of cost codes over them. Now then transfer the title of goods, including payment in time to receive maximum discount. A transfer of title to goods basically means the transfer of the ownership of the goods from the supplier to the purchaser. If the pharmacist receives merchandise in good conditions through freight, prepaid, the goods become his responsibility. Means if he has paid earlier to that, when he received the stock, he has paid the all amount, mean he is now the owner of that drugs. However, if the goods are delivered in consignments, they remain the property of the supplier. The farmer has to pay for only the amount he sells. So sometimes they have paid later on. So that delayed payment, so that stocks remain the consignments, whatever he sells, that is his ownership over there. So what's the last one? Buyer and seller should strive for a mutually beneficial relationship. Many different types of purchasing exist. Developing a policies and procedures manual is important. Evaluating supplies and maintaining ethical standard key for success.